In this video, I want to show you how we can find power series for certain type of functions by differentiating or integrating a geometric series. We start with this equation 1 over 1 minus x. The function 1 over 1 minus x is equal to 1 plus x squared plus x to the 3 and so on. So this function is equal to this power series. And we can write this power series in this closed form. Sigma n from 0 to the infinity x to the power of n. If we plug in 0 for n, x to the 0 is 1. If we plug in 1 for n, x to the 1 is x. If we plug in 2 for n, we get x to the 2 and so on. But note that this function equals to this power series only if absolute of x is less than 1. But why this function equals to this power series when absolute of x is less than 1? If you pay attention to this power series is actually a geometric series that the first term of this geometric series is 1. The first term is 1 and the ratio of this power series is x. We can find each term of this power series by multiplying the previous term by x. If we multiply 1 by x, we get to x. If we multiply x by another x, we get to x2 and so on. So this power series is a geometric series. And we know that when we have a geometric series, the sum of the geometric series, the sum of the infinite geometric series is first term of the geometric series over 1 minus ratio of the geometric series. In this geometric series, the first term is 1 and the ratio is x. So the sum of the geometric series is 1 over 1 minus x. And we know that a geometric series is convergent only when the absolute of the ratio, which in this case ratio is x, is less than 1. And this is the reason that when we say this function equals to this power series, the absolute of x should be less than 1. Now that we know why this equation is true, let us start playing with this equation to find the power series for other functions. Whenever we have the power series for a function, we can do certain type of operations with the two sides of the equation. Here I am listing some of the operations that we can do with the power series of the functions. We can differentiate both sides of the equation. We can integrate both sides of the relation. We can multiply by something like x squared, and in general x to the n. We can replace x with something like x2, x to the 3 and so on. So as you can see, we can do almost everything that we want with the two sides of the equation. As the first question, we want to find the power series for 1 over 1 minus x squared. The difference between this function and this function is that instead of x, here we have x squared. So for finding the power series of this function, we can replace this x with x squared. This is one of the operations that we can do with the power series of the functions. If we replace every x in the two sides of the equation with x2, we get 1 plus, we replace x with x squared plus, if we replace this x with x squared to the 2 is x to the 4, and if we replace this x with x squared to the 3 is x to the 6, and so on. So this is the power series of this function. And we can do the same thing in the closed form of the power series, in the sigma form of the power series. We have to replace this x with x squared. So we have x squared to the n, and x squared to the n is x to the power of 2n, n from 0 to infinity. Now we want to find the power series for this function, 1 over 1 plus x. The difference between this function and this function is that instead of minus x, here we have plus x. How we can change this function to this function? Which one of these operations help us to get from this function to this function? Here, if we replace x with negative x, we can find the power series for this function. Because if we replace x with negative x, in denominator we have 1 minus negative x, because we replace x with negative x, and 1 minus negative x is 1 plus x. So for finding the power series of this function, we have to replace x with negative x. If we replace every x in the power series with negative x, we have 1 plus minus x, which is minus x. But note that if in here we replace x with negative x to the 2 is x to the 2. But in here, because the power is odd, negative x to the 3 is negative x to the 3. And so on. And in the sigma, if we replace x with negative x, we have negative x to the power of n from 0 to infinity. But note that negative x to the n can be written as negative 1 to the n times x to the n. So it is better to write negative x all to the n in this form. So this is the power series of this function. Now we want to find the power series for this function, ln of 1 plus x. What is the power series of ln of 1 plus x? Here, replacing x with different things like x squared, x to the 3, and so on is not helpful. You have to think to other operations like differentiating or integrating. And because we have ln of 1 plus x, so it's better to start probably from this relation. We know that the power series of 1 over 1 plus x is this expression. And if we integrate from this equation, we can find the power series for ln of 1 plus x. Note that the integral of 1 over 1 plus x dx is ln of 1 plus x. You can find the integral of 1 over 1 plus x with a really simple u substitution. If you choose u to be 1 plus x, you can find that the integral of 1 over 1 plus x is ln of 1 plus x. So for finding the power series of ln of 1 plus x, we have to integrate from the two sides of this relation. Integral of 1 over 1 plus x is ln of 1 plus x. So we have to find the integral of the right side of the equation. Integral of 1 is x, integral of x is x squared over 2, integral of x to the 2 is x to the 3 over 3, minus x to the 4 over 4, and so on. And don't forget to add a c in the end of your answer. For finding this constant c here, we can put x equals 0 in the two sides of this equation. If we put x equals 0 here, we get ln of 1. X is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, so we have ln of 1. And we know that ln of 1 is 0. And if we put 0 in the power series, we have 0 minus 0 squared over 2 plus 0 to the 3 over 3, and so on. All the terms are 0 plus c. Left side of the equation is 0 because ln of 1 is 0. All the terms of the power series is also 0, so c is 0. And because c is 0, we don't need to put c here in the power series. So the power series for ln of 1 plus x is this. And we can write this power series in this form. Negative 1 to the n x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1. N from 0 to infinity. Note that for finding this sigma form of the power series, we have to integrate this general term. Negative 1 to the power of n is a constant, so we write that constant, and we just integrate x to the n. An integral of x to the n based on the power rule for integral is x to the n plus 1 over n plus 1. As the next question, we want to find the power series for 1 over 1 plus x squared. For finding the power series of this function, we can replace x squared here with negative x squared. So this is one way that we can find the power series for this function. We have to replace x squared in this function with negative x squared to make this negative positive. The other way that we can find the power series for this function is to start from our original equation. This was the equation that we had originally. the power series for 1 over 1 minus x is 1 plus x squared, and so on, which in the sigma form is sigma n from 0 to infinity x to the n. I highly recommend you to memorize this equation. But how we can find the power series for this function from this equation? If we replace x with negative x2, we can find the power series for this function. So for finding the power series of this function, we have to replace this x with negative x2. Because if we replace x with negative x2, this negative cancels with this negative, so it becomes plus like here, and we get x2. So the power series for 1 over 1 plus x2 is 1 plus, we have to replace every x with negative x2. We have to replace every x with negative x2. If we replace this x with negative x2, we have 1 plus negative x2, which is 1 minus x2. If we replace this x with negative x2 to the 2 is x to the 4. Negative becomes positive. The next term is negative x6, and so on. And in the sigma form, the power series is sigma n from 0 to the infinity. We have to replace this x with negative x2 to the n. And this can be written as negative 1 to the n times x to the 2n. So we have negative 1 to the n times x to the 2n. This is the power series for this function. Now here we want to find the power series of tangent inverse of x. Let me remind you here one of the formulas of integral. Integral of 1 over 1 plus x2 dx is tangent inverse of x. So for finding the power series of tangent inverse of x, we can integrate from the two sides of this equation, because integral of 1 over 1 plus x2, integral of 1 over 1 plus x2 is tangent inverse of x. So the power series of tangent inverse of x is integral of the power series of this function. So we have to integrate this power series. Integral of 1 is x. Integral of x2 is x to the 3 over 3. Integral of x4 is x5 over 5. Integral of x to the 6 is x to the 7 over 7, and so on. And don't forget to add c in the end. Again, for finding c, we can put a value for x in the two sides of the equation. And usually 0 is a good number to put in the two sides of the equation. If we put x equals 0, tangent inverse of 0 is 0. If you put 0 in the power series, every term is 0. Because left side of the equation is 0, every term of the power series is also 0. So the constant here, the constant of the integral is also 0. So we don't need to put this c in the end of the integral. So this power series is the power series of this function. For finding the power series in the sigma form, we can integrate this. Negative 1 to the n is constant. We have to integrate x to the 2n. With the power rule of the integral, we have to add to the power and the new power in denominator. I hope by watching this video you have learned how by manipulating a geometric series we can find the power series for other functions.